Hello, all you beautiful, wonderful humans. Thank you for joining me tonight. In this crazy time. This light is very bright. Turned it down. Doing it. Killing it. I'm so bad at social media, which all of you know because you follow me. Hello to everyone. Thank you all for showing up. I'm a total idiot and clocked my head right before I started doing this. It's a Tuesday, so that's happening in the Tuesday day. I hope you all have a delicious beverage. I love you too, all of you. I'm really excited for us all to watch Happy Death Day to You tonight because I haven't watched it in a while, probably since the premiere and it came out, because I get really nervous watching videos of myself, or movies. I won't even call them videos. It's not like home videos. Very professional people made this film. So I'm just delighted that all of you were so excited to see the film. I'm so excited that all of you, or those of you that participated, signed up for a head count, signed up to either register to vote or check your registration, signed up to be a poll worker. I signed up to be a poll worker. Heyo! Hopefully all of you will be there. Rachel! Hello. And hello to all of you who I don't know. But yeah, I think that voting is incredibly important. I think it's incredibly important to let your voice be heard and to speak your mind and be the change that you want to be in the world. And so that's one of the reasons that for me, November 3rd, I cannot talk today, November 3rd, which is coming up for us Americans, is so incredibly important because we are in such a fortunate position that we get to vote and that we get to speak our minds and that we get to put people in power who will represent our ideals and our morals. And I know there are a lot of people joining us from around the world. Thank you for coming. And I appreciate you being here as well. But yeah, everyone should go out and vote. And, who knows? Maybe then there will be a Happy Death Day 3. I'm not going to make any promises, but you never know. But yeah, I have some really exciting guests coming to join today. First up is going to be the amazing Whitney Adams, who did all of the costumes for the second film. She is a delight. She is a ray of sunshine. She became one of my really, really good friends during the shoot. She is a beautiful human inside and out, so she's going to talk to us. And then, of course, the illustrious Christopher Landon will be joining us to introduce us to the movie. And afterwards, after the screening, I'm going to jump back on. I know that Vu is going to join me, and maybe even a little cameo from Israel. We'll see how things go. But yeah, do any of you have any questions I can answer right now? I'm getting lots of lovely hellos. Lots of very nice things are being said for my ego, which I appreciate. Why are you nervous, Daniel from the future? You do not need to be nervous. But yeah, I hope all of you have a voting plan. If you live in America, please go out and vote and let your voice be heard. I know I sound like a broken record. I know so many people are probably telling you this, but it's because it's incredibly important and because your voice matters. And if you have not registered to vote, or you aren't sure if you have, you can go to headcount.org to register, and that will be awesome. But yeah, going back to Happy Death Day 3, I loved making the first movie so much. Chris Landon and I had a really wonderful connection. He's just such a beautiful, beautiful human inside and out. He's so incredibly talented. And so when he asked me if I would do a second one, the answer, of course, was yes, without me even needing to think about it. And then he created this incredibly fantastic, bizarre, strange, terrifying script that really was the only way that he could potentially top the first one. So I feel so grateful that I got to be a part of it. I'm gonna see if I don't think Whitney is here yet, but we're just gonna hang out until she shows up. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a part 2 to Forever My Girl, but in my opinion, if there was, Tim Owens, it would probably be really interesting if it was from the daughter's point of view. So I might be there. Oh, yay! Whitney is here. I'm going to sure to come live with me. You're going to learn some awesome facts about our beautiful movie. Yay!
Hi! Hello.
This is the beautiful, amazing Whitney Adams, our
Hi,
incredible costume designer. I think it's really cool that you're here for so many reasons, but also I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but I've been curious what it was like coming onto a movie that kind of already had a vibe established, but getting to put your own spin on it. And since we're dealing with like alternate universes,
right.
like I wanna know more about that.
It was well, I loved the first movie so much. I saw it in the theater like 3 times. And I love a time loop movie. So I was like, oh, I wish I did the first one. And then I got the opportunity to do this one. So I was like so excited to jump into this world. And then I love getting to do this alternate dimension, sort of tweak things and then figure out who alternate dimension Tree is, even though we don't get to see her. Mm-hmm. Like what is her vibe, especially because her mom is still alive. And so how her mom influences her whole wardrobe. So her whole closet's completely different because of all these key little changes. And that was really fun to explore, especially because Chris is the best human on earth.
He is the best human. We've all agreed. Yeah. I don't know if you know Instagram Livers, but he is the best.
Yeah, he is the best. So it was so fun to explore all those little changes and then put little Easter eggs in for the fans, like the different Dumpster Funk band t-shirt that you wear. We got to change it for the alternate reality world, which was super fun.
Yeah, the location is different. It changed from Texas to Louisiana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so we got to pay a little homage to New Orleans and Louisiana. I love you in New Orleans if any of you are there. Whitney is actually right now in Atlanta finishing up a movie that she's really excited about.
I love this movie. I can't say too much about it. It stars Troye Sivan, who's the best ever, and we're having the best time. So I can only say that.
Got lots of heartbursts.
Yeah.
People are very excited about Troye.
He's such a lovely human as well. I get to work with the best people. I feel so lucky.
Yes. Someone in the comments asked what your favorite costumes from a horror movie are.
Oh, God. That's really tough because I was such a horror movie freak growing up. I mean, it's my favorite thing ever. I was just looking back through my old Halloween photos, and I was Ghostface 3 years in a row in middle school.
That's amazing.
So probably Ghostface because it was so iconic and it was so part of my childhood. I just love like how iconic it became. And so I had to be it when I was a kid.
That makes me love you even more than before. I didn't know it was possible, but it's true. And another cool thing for those of you, actually, I don't know if anyone would know yet, but Chris Landon's next movie, which I am not in, but The Amazing Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton.
Catherine
Newton are in. It looks incredible. It's called Freaky. Whitney also did the costumes for that, and I haven't seen it yet, and I'm dying to because it looks. All of your work is always so thoughtful and playful and fun, but also beautiful and effortless, and you just create stories so beautifully through wardrobe. And I think wardrobe is one of those things that a lot of people don't notice until it's bad. Like you don't really notice it until it sucks and it takes you out. So I think that's true. Like, yeah, it's a really wild thing. I think a lot of what we do is like that. The people don't notice bad editing until it's really bad or bad.
And you're like, wait a minute, that's not good. And so my whole job is to really be that undercover designer. I don't want you to notice the costumes unless they specifically want you to. Like your whole look in Happy Death Day to You. We wanted to sort of show this different side of Tree, but not really overtly hit you over the head with it. It was like very subtle gestures. And that's really tough. And you want to give a vibe and a feeling to an audience without just saying, this is what I want you to know and feel. Like it's too distracting.
Yeah. Well, and I also have to say, as someone who you dressed, you always went out of your way to make sure that I and every other actor in the film felt incredibly physically comfortable in what we're wearing. And I think sometimes costume designers as well as hair and makeup artists are almost like our therapists on screen. Like you guys, we come in and we've had a bad day, or we're feeling funny about how we look, or like something horrible happened with our boyfriend and we have to gush about it.
Like I'm there, I'm ready. You know, so much of what my job is also being a psychologist, especially for my characters and for the crew that I work with. And that's one of my favorite parts, is really figuring out what makes people tick and why they wear what they do. It's not just the design of the clothes. It's why does it happen? Why do they choose it? Do they hang their stuff on the floor or like throw things on the floor or hang it in the closet? And thinking about these people. And that's why I love people so much, and getting to work with like the incredible crew. But also you have to do so many physical things. I remember that's what we were working with, was okay, can I run and jump and go through this? And then thinking about your amazing stunt double Kelly, who has to go through a plane of glass, and how do I keep her safe while still making the costume feel true to tree? So it's like all these different factors that you have to juggle, which is the fun puzzle to figure out.
Yeah, and you're very, very excellent at it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I don't know if I remember, and I'm sure Chris will also be able to tell us, but when does Freaky come out?
Freaky comes out November. Freaky Friday the 13th of November.
As another movie that originally came out on Friday the 13th, it's a great date.
Exactly. It's
very spooky.
Very important spooky day. I cannot wait to see it. We had such a blast making it. It is so ridiculous and fun. I mean, sort of this blending of all these different genres, like Happy Death Day to You is. It's scary, it's funny, it's heartfelt. It's all of these emotions in one. And you go on this wild ride that makes you feel all the different things. And that's what I love about Chris's movies so much, especially this.
He's very, very talented. And yes, I do like Israel. I can't remember who, or I can't quite keep track of all the numbers of the thing.
Oh, I miss Israel. I miss our whole cast. We had just an amazing cast and crew on that movie. I haven't been in New Orleans since you've been back.
I know. I have been back in New Orleans. I actually shot another movie there with Harry Shum Jr. I don't know if anybody watching is familiar with him. He is a delight and such a special human. A very different kind of movie, a romantic tearjerker. So I guess because Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You covers all of those things, it will kind of live in that realm.
Feel all of those. Sometimes you just need a good cry and to really like go on a journey with that kind of story. I mean, that's why we make so many different movies, for everyone to feel the feelings they need to feel.
Yeah, and I'm someone, I think you and I are similar in that we feel all the feelings all of the time.
All the time.
Oh, and someone just asked who picked the FML shirt. Whitney did.
Woo!
That was 100% Whitney. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to your mask store. Whitney has a mask store. You can order masks from Whitney's mask store.
That I have some FML masks that are pre-order. So if you want a special FML mask from the one who designed it, it was great. Chris had the amazing idea. I ran with it, made the sweatshirt. We got to custom make that, which was fun. And then it totally feels right for 2020. So.
Oh yeah, I think 2020 we should all just be wearing giant FML, just like bodysuits.
I'm like, maybe this is just my whole vibe for the whole year. Just
lots of FML.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite costumes, I think, in the whole movie. I mean, I love your whole closet. I mean, we had too many looks. I think we had an extra 15 costumes that we couldn't get in the movie. We just had too many things to choose from.
We did. And that's always such a nice place to be, because I've been in movies before where it's like, oh, there's like two things that I feel comfortable about wearing. But to be fair, I have been really lucky. Like in Happy Death Day to You, I got to wear really fun, wonderful things. In Valley Girl, my wardrobe was insane.
Amazing. I loved watching every single outfit on screen we got to wear.
Well, and we actually got to go in and use stock. So what that means for those of you watching, when you use stock, is you get to go in and kind of rifle through vintage clothes and clothes that were actually from the 80s and used in movies in the 80s. and I just got to wear the most divine things. But then that also means I didn't get to keep.
I know,
any
you're
of
like,
them.
oh, I gotta give it back. Why do I have to do that? I know. I was like trying to find a way to give you some of the clothes from Happy Death Day.
I know, it's always my dream, but I think one of the things I really love about costumes, and one of the wonderful side perks of my job, is that I get to wear clothes that I would never be confident enough to buy, like an FML sweatshirt.
Right. You're like, why? I don't know if I would see that in the rack and be like, oh yeah, I should buy that for myself.
Totally. Or like strutting around in like a bikini and knee socks. Like who would have thought about doing that? But
that's what I love for our reshoots, that we got to add 2 new costumes. We got to do the bikini and we got to do the tracksuit, which
I love the tracksuit. Yes, both of them were excellent.
Those were super fun to add. I was like, oh good, new things that I get to put you in.
Yes, it was so much fun. I know, I miss the days where we could travel around and do that. Okay, I'm going to try to answer a couple questions.
Yeah.
What my favorite scene in Happy Death Day to You? Oh, that's a hard one.
That's very
difficult. I loved doing the reshoots. The reshoots were really fun, like jumping out of the airplane in the bikini, because they built, so behind the scenes info, they built like a platform and raised me up on it and then had to.
You were so brave. That was standing down and being like, Jess is so high in the air, and you did it over and over and over again. I was just like, oh my God. It
was intense. Well, but I also, like, the crew on that movie was just so special and so kind, and I felt really safe and wonderful. But I think I loved shooting that. I really loved all the big group scenes. Those were really fun. How about you? What was your favorite scene that we shot?
God, I think it's tough. Like, in terms of shooting, like, I love doing the big moments, like Kelly jumping off the roof and getting to.
Oh my God.
That was wild.
The scene where I fall off of the building, or I fall, it was my amazing stunt double, Kelly. And it was a stunt that they told us she could only do three times. I think. Because it was so, she was actually the person who was rigging her, who was controlling her, making sure she didn't splat into the pavement. I think worked on Star Wars movies and is amazing. But so she was in good hands, but I think the stress on your spine from falling that far is just.
Do it 2-3 times and you're good for the night. And also it had rained all day, and it was such a crazy. So that was really exciting.
Yeah.
But I think getting to do, like, I love the scenes with you and your mom. I mean, we're both people who are super close to our mothers, and so for me that really hit home, and it was just so, emotional to watch it being filmed. And then in the movie too, you're just like gushing tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great question.
Yeah, I love that.
Good job questions. Are there any other questions for me or for Whitney before she heads out? Any costume questions? If not, it's totally fine, because we've learned so much.
all the things about the process. But it was definitely fun stepping into this world that I got to fall in love with as an audience member perspective. And then, I get to go, build on this world. Though the hardest part, I will say before I go, the hardest part was trying to match all the background from the first movie, because everyone had to wear the same thing because it was the same day. That was a nightmare.
Yeah, they even had to track down like some of the extras from the first one, which is really, really hard because they were featured.
500 screenshots from the first movie, just planning and then I would corral people and be like, okay, this person wore this thing here, and then I have to go shopping and try to find things that were similar.
Yeah.
It was because people wear their own clothes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, that was the huge challenge that's very unseen, that people don't really know that that's something that I had to do.
It's all of the duck feet under the water, making the duck look like it's gliding gracefully, but there's like panic underneath all
so
of the
much
time.
panic every day. I'm like, what background do we need to copy? What background do we need to match to the first movie? Like, it was really hard.
But you did an incredible job.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
And thank you so much. I'm going to jump off so Chris can jump
Exactly. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I'll see you all on Twitter.
I'll see you on Twitter. Boop, boop. Bye, Whitney.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all for your incredible questions and for listening. She's a dreamboat, right? I think so. Um, okay, while I look and see if Sir Christopher Landon is ready to jump on with us, I don't think he's ready quite yet, though hopefully soon. A favorite memory I had from set was actually that every time we turned around, was it Fee or Israel? One of them or both of them were always sleeping on these giant mats that we had for stunt training, which was hysterical to me. And, but boys need sleep. They're growing boys. We all understand. I'm so glad we love Whitney. Are there any special questions while I wait for... Oh, I agree with you, Daniel from the future. Happy Death Day to You is a masterpiece. I'm very partial, though, to be fair. I also really love... I think someone just wrote that I look like Beyonce, which is not true, but I will take it and I will run with it to the bank. Oh, amazing. I think Christopher Landon is ready. Where are you, Chris Landon? I'm going to search for you. Bear with me, lovely people. I found him. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the amazing, the terrifying, the disgusting Chris Landon. One of my best friends in the whole world.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm hiding in my bedroom from my kids.
He's actually hiding from a baby.
I want you to see though. Hold on, while we're here, I want you to see my Halloween outside.
Oh, I really want to see it.
Can you see it?
Oh my gosh. You've outdone yourself.
We've gone
I really
for
like the coven of witches that are holding hands around the
yeah,
pie.
of course. I would turn this whole house into a big Halloween festival if I was allowed to, but I'm not allowed to do that.
Slowly over time, you know how people leave up their Christmas lights when it's not Christmas? You'll just start doing that. And Cody won't know. If we do like little bits at a time, Cody won't notice. It's fine.
And yes, we want to do Happy Death Day to Us. I saw someone say Happy Death Day to Us.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We really want to do it. We just have to do it right. But who knows? Maybe after we've cleared the trash fire that is 2020, the world will open up.
Yeah, we need a big cleansing.
Yeah, we really do. Which is why be sure to get out there and vote.
Yeah, vote, people. Vote. By the way, I keep looking at you and I'm like, wow, she looks so good. And then I look down and I see me.
You look amazing. I also, though, to be fair, I would flip it and show you, but I can't. When I was doing press for Utopia, they sent me one of those fancy ring lights, so I'm kind of like, I'm like a Instagram. I'm a fancy. But you weren't here when this happened earlier. As I was trying to set it up, it like hit me on the head, which is some kind of weird karma. But Christopher, I would love to ask you, which I think will be a good segue into our viewing at 6:30. What your inspiration for this wild and amazing and wacky sequel was, and kind of what you were interested in exploring and why you felt Tree's journey wasn't finished.
All right, it's a good 3-pronged question. I mean, I think initially I didn't really feel like there was a sequel because the obvious thing to do and the thing that I didn't want to do was sort of just rehash, like just like somebody else caught in the time loop, and then we just sort of follow them as they try and solve sort of the mystery of their murder, and it just felt like that's what sequels always do. And then I had the idea for this movie, and obviously the biggest driver was you. I just wanted to be on set with you again. But also, like, I felt like there was an opportunity to kind of make fun of sequels in an interesting way. It was sort of like we're gonna make the same movie, but it's gonna be completely different, and it's gonna be so different that it's even gonna have a slightly different genre. But then also, you know, the whole idea that Tree had unfinished business with her mom. And so I think ultimately this movie became a bit of a meditation on grief, which you and I talked about. You know, it was just, I wanted to tell people that pain and loss is a natural and normal part of your life, and it's something that you have to embrace and something you can't run away from.
Yeah.
And so it's a very heady, theme in a very light, fun movie, which, is something that I really like to do.
Yeah.
But also just like, it was one of those kind of cases where I was like, what kind of crazy shit can I throw at Jessica Rothe? How far can I push her and see what happens? And you never disappoint. So, and it's just getting everybody back together. You know, we work with such wonderful people and the best cast and such a cool crew. And I mean, I know you're just talking to Whitney, and she's, one of my favorite people. And, so yeah, I'm shaking too much. Uh-oh, shit.
It's your passion.
It's my caffeine. It's the coffee that I use to keep me alive.
Yes, Chris is finishing up his edit of the movie we were talking about earlier with Whitney that you'll all get to see, which I haven't seen yet, and I'm dying to see it. I think it's Vince Vaughn like we've never seen him before. Is that true?
It's definitely Vince Vaughn like you have never seen him before. November 13th, guys. It comes out on November 13th. Sorry, I'm shaking. Whoever said that before. I'm on a bed, too, so it's kind of hard not to shake. I could sit on the floor, but that's not very comfortable, so apologies. Someone just asked if you're going to work with Quentin Tarantino or Paul Thomas Anderson, aka are you going to work with better directors?
If they could ever measure up to you, Chris, I'd think about it. I mean,
that's sweet.
I will say as an actor, there is so much of my job I have very little control over. And that's why when I end up working with directors who are kind and collaborative and passionate and intelligent, it is such a joy. And I'm not talking about Chris Landon. Any of you think I am, you're wrong. No, but it's why it was the best. It was the best. And it's why we're still friends. It's why you still put up with me.
Yeah. Well, here's the good news tonight, guys. It's 2020. It's, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So we're just going to talk trash. We're going to spill the tea tonight. We're going to tell secrets. We're going to, anything weird that happened on this movie while we were making it, it's going to be exposed.
Yeah. Because we have no filters anymore. 2020 has taken away my filter. It is gone.
Yeah, I think it's done that for everybody. Yeah. Well, holy crap, it's almost time, I guess.
It's almost time. I think we should go, but the thing I'm going to leave you with that I know Chris has said already and believes very passionately, if you have not registered to vote, a lot of deadlines are ending today. I know Florida, because I've been volunteering to call all of y'all in Florida. Your deadline got pushed to today. You can still register to vote. So either go online to headcount.org where you can register to vote. I'm sure even if you just Google, how can I register to vote? That is something you can do. And please, please figure out your voting plan and figure out if you're going to vote in person, if you're going to vote by mail. It is so incredibly important. And read up, do your research. I got a big packet in the mail today. I'm ready for some reading. But
by the way, I'm going to add to that, which is if you're a mail-in ballot voter, just be really careful and check read the instructions carefully. Make sure you sign everything that needs to be signed. Some envelopes have like another envelope and another thing you have to sign. So just be really mindful of that stuff because you want your vote to count. So just make sure you read the instructions carefully, guys.
And on that note, I'm going to log off so I can get on. Our hashtag for tonight, thought of by the amazing Chris Landon, is hashtag Happy Vote Day. So if you tweet that, we will be able to follow along with conversations. And we'll see you all on Twitter.
Is that vodka?
Of course it is. And I'll be back after all this is done for more chatting. So see y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.